One breach can take down a business, but one framework can build resilience. 6 core functions, countless defenders. This is where the fight for digital trust begins. Welcome to CyberDon. In this series, we introduce the professionals who bring the NIST cybersecurity framework to life, showing how they activate it in practice and how together they transform cybersecurity into a true business strength. The NIST cybersecurity framework is built on 6 core functions, the foundation of a continuous cycle. They guide organizations from setting direction to understanding risks, applying safeguards, detecting threats, responding to incidents, and ultimately restoring operations. Together, they form a living system for resilience. Let's walk through each one. We begin with govern, the foundation, where cybersecurity is treated as a business priority. The first step is defining risk tolerance. That means deciding how much risk the organization is willing to accept and ensuring that decision is directly aligned with business goals. This is critical because risk tolerance sets the boundaries for every decision that follows, from where to invest in security, to which threats should be prioritized, to how leadership balances innovation with protection. Once risk tolerance is set, roles must be clearly defined. Every responsibility in cybersecurity needs to be assigned with no gray areas and no overlaps, so everyone knows exactly what they are accountable for. To manage that risk, structure is required. This includes governance bodies that guide decisions, processes that are transparent, and accountability that ensures actions are followed through. And finally, policy. Rules and procedures must be documented, approved, and consistently enforced across the organization. So who brings this to life? We start from the top. The CIO and the CISO set the direction, aligning strategy and risk appetite with business goals. Then the SOC Analyst translates frameworks and regulations into actionable policies that shape daily operations. And finally, the legal and privacy officer ensures compliance with laws and contracts, making accountability real and enforceable. In conclusion, govern sets the compass. It defines where the organization is headed and how far it's willing to go. Without it, cybersecurity lacks direction, boundaries, and the guidance needed to stay on course. You can't protect what you don't understand, and that's why identify is so critical. It begins with asset management. Every system, every application, every database, every device, and even the people who access them must be cataloged. Without this foundation, security controls are built on assumptions instead of facts. Then comes the business environment. This is about understanding your mission, objectives, critical functions, and stakeholders. By linking cybersecurity to business priorities, the organization ensures protection efforts are always aligned with what matters most. Next is risk assessment. Here, threats and vulnerabilities are analyzed in detail, helping leadership see which risks could disrupt operations and which pose the greatest impact. Following that is the risk management strategy. Not every risk can be eliminated, so decisions must be made, which risks to accept, which to reduce, and which to transfer or avoid. This strategy ensures resources are invested where they have the greatest effect. Finally, we address supply chain risk management. Security does not stop at the organization's walls. Partners, suppliers, and service providers all play a role in your security posture. A single weak link in that chain can open the door for attackers. So who brings this to life? The enterprise architect maps the environment, connecting systems, processes, and technologies into a clear picture of how the organization truly operates. The risk manager translates that picture into a prioritized understanding of threats and vulnerabilities, guiding leadership on what to address first. And the asset owner ensures accountability, keeping track of every critical asset, not just knowing what exists, but why it matters to the mission of the organization. Identify builds the blueprint. It reveals what you have, what matters most, and where the risks truly lie. Without it, protection has no foundation. If identify builds the blueprint, then protect is about safeguarding it. This function ensures that critical services and data remain secure, even in the face of daily threats. It begins with identity management and access control. The principle is simple. The right people get the right access at the right time and only for the right reasons. This reduces the chance of misuse or unauthorized entry. Next is awareness and training. Technology alone cannot protect an organization. People are often the first line of defense. Building a culture of security through regular awareness programs ensures employees recognize risks, avoid mistakes, and know how to respond when something feels wrong. Then comes data security. Sensitive information must be protected, whether it's being stored, transmitted, or processed. Encryption, classification, and secure handling practices keep data safe from misuse or exposure. Alongside this is information protection processes and procedures. Policies, guidelines, and operational standards give consistency, making sure security is not left to chance but is built into daily workflows. Finally, protective technology. Firewalls, endpoint protection, secure configurations, and automated safeguards provide the technical layer of defense that supports people and processes. And behind all of this are the professionals who make it real. The IAM specialist ensures that access is tightly controlled and monitored. The security awareness lead drives training and shapes culture, turning employees into active defenders. And the data protection officer safeguards information across its life cycle, ensuring compliance with both internal policies and external regulations. Protect builds the shield. It applies safeguards that keep risks under control and stop threats before they spread. If Protect builds the shield, then Detect serves as the radar. Its role is to sense unusual activity, capture events, and spot early signs of an attack before it becomes a crisis. It begins with continuous monitoring. Systems, networks, and user behavior are observed in real time. This allows anomalies, deviations from normal activity, to be flagged and investigated before they escalate. Next come the detection processes. These provide structure and consistency. Security events are logged, analyzed, and correlated across the environment. Playbooks define how alerts are handled, responsibilities are clear, and processes are tested and improved to ensure no signal is missed. Finally, threat intelligence. By studying adversaries, their tools, and their evolving tactics, the organization gains foresight. Intelligence enriches monitoring and logging, turning raw data into context and ensuring defenses are prepared for tomorrow's attacks as well as today's. These capabilities rely on experts who make detection real. The SOC analyst monitors and investigates anomalies in real time. The threat intelligence analyst adds context, tracking attacker behaviors and emerging risks. And the security engineer designs and fine-tunes monitoring and logging systems, keeping the radar sharp and reliable. Detect is the radar. It sees the threat first and gives you time to act. If Detect is the radar, then Respond is the action plan. Its role is to contain incidents, reduce impact, and guide the organization through the chaos of an attack. It begins with incident management. Clear plans outline how to respond when an event occurs, from first detection to containment, ensuring no time is wasted when every second counts. Next comes analysis. Events are investigated in detail to understand scope, impact, and root cause. This analysis helps decision-makers know what happened, what systems were affected, and what must be done next. Equally important is communications. During a cyber incident, silence creates confusion. Respond ensures information flows. Internally to leadership and staff, externally to regulators, partners, and sometimes even customers. Clear communication builds trust and keeps response efforts coordinated. Then we move to mitigation. Practical actions are applied to stop the incident from spreading, isolate affected systems, and prevent attackers from regaining a foothold. Finally, improvements. Every incident provides lessons. By capturing what worked, what failed, and what can be improved, the organization strengthens its resilience for the next challenge. The people who bring Respond to life are rapid decision makers and skilled practitioners. The incident responder acts immediately to contain and neutralize threats. The forensic analyst digs deeper, uncovering evidence and root causes. And the crisis communications lead ensures that messages are accurate, timely, and aligned, protecting both reputation and trust. Respond is the action plan. It guides the organization through the storm, containing threats, reducing damage, and keeping trust intact. If Respond is the action plan during the storm, then Recover is the roadmap back to normal. Its purpose is to restore capabilities, reduce downtime, and ensure the organization comes back stronger than before. It begins with recovery planning. Strategies include not only the order in which services are restored, but also how backups are created, tested, and secured, reliable backups, and the ability to restore them quickly. Make the difference between a short disruption and a long-term crisis. Next is improvements. Every disruption teaches valuable lessons. By reviewing what worked, what failed, and what can be strengthened, from backup integrity to restoration speed, the organization builds greater resilience for the future. Finally, communications. Clear, consistent updates are shared with leadership, employees, partners, regulators, and even customers. Transparent communication during recovery reduces uncertainty and builds confidence that the organization is in control. The professionals here are focused on continuity and resilience. The business continuity manager ensures critical functions continue even while systems are offline. The disaster recovery and IT operations manager leads backup verification and system restoration, ensuring technology and data are brought back online quickly and safely. Together, they make sure the organization doesn't just recover, it evolves. Recover is the comeback. Through backup, restoration, and resilience, it ensures the organization returns stronger after every disruption. Cybersecurity is not the task of one person. It is a shared responsibility across the entire organization. In the episodes ahead, we'll meet the professionals behind each function and see how they turn the framework into action that protects, enables, and empowers the business. Until then, stay resilient.